There he is.
I've taken a look at your proposal. It's much better than the ones you showed me before, but I'd still like to make some changes.
Oh, come on, not again. Isn't this the 6th proposal I've shown you? What's your issue this time?
The design still doesn't look...
I have to say, that's a terribly vague and unconvincing explanation. Please enlighten me. What would feel more right to you?
For starters, don't you think this roof is just...
Fundamental parts of a building. If we were to... Even if the soul of the building won't be lost, all traces of architectural style would be gone. Anyone with the slightest inkling of architectural knowledge would know to leave them alone.
Oh, Young man, please...
I didn't even get to say anything.
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever. Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health. Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss,
Yeah, I'm not ready for that
I'll have a
part
glass
yet.
of wine, same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab. That guy, though. What was he even going on about? All those ridiculous demands of his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all. Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry me out.
You've got it, sir. I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about construction requirements or architectural
The
style.
little damsel in
This was in the
distress.
past. I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them...
Honestly, yeah, something that embodies the creator's efforts and decisions. I mean, that's what I do.
are not a popular discussion topic. Trying to talk about the arts is basically the key to killing any conversation. It's too bad that I'm not in my best form today. Otherwise, we could have talked to... I don't even want to think about this project anymore. But what should we do? It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out. At the time, she even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons from her life experiences, so my life and career could go a little more smoothly. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really have it in me to go through any sentimental items. So I just packed anything with memories away in a box and haven't reopened it since. It's been a really long time. Now that so many years have passed, maybe I have finally developed the maturity I need to face the ambiance here.
It's because
The
it's
academia
quiet.
also had a rule that allowed scholars to annotate any physical books they came across. As a result, the books here are chock full of scholars' wisdom across many generations.
Archive, nice. I remember one time we weren't allowed to draw in the books at my face-to-face school. Why? Because there weren't many. I'm just like, bro, if my notes can help a kid cheat the next... He said boo.
Al-Haytham? Why are you here?
The House of Dana is a public space. Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself, are you?
I don't think
You
he
think
knew.
I would derive amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles?
I would.
If that's the case, Then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years. I came here to pick up a few files. If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces, I probably wouldn't have noticed you.
All right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now.
He's clearly autistic and he's wearing those notes. To be frank, reading is hard.
Why don't you just move all the books yourself? It's not like he hasn't cursed you out before. What was that nickname he gave you while you were in the academia? The Urchin of Kasharwar?
Honestly, though, that's my honest reaction to anything. Wait, what?
Kaveh had a habit of scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up. At least not when I'm still standing here. It wasn't as large as it is now, though. It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion. The arch bridge over there, for example. That was one of my designs.
Aren't we on that arch bridge, though?
When I was first tasked with the project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall... We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision. Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away. I was still young and new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality and remain in the world for many years to come.
I mean,
a true cornerstone of the creative process.
Break it.
The point about the design that will be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the first time that it became crystal clear in my mind. Once built, a building will continue to stand. Countless people will see it, and countless more will step inside it.
Yeah,
its
that's
final
fair
worth,
enough. Like,
whether
a lot
it's
of old
good
buildings.
or bad, will be
I've been
assessed
in a
by the
lot.
countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives.
I wouldn't say I think it's cool. I'm gonna say the residents.
You
will
think
enjoy
so?
it.
I'm glad to hear that. But even with this project, I still had one small regret. My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design. I knew that some concessions on aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions of the project. Us creative types know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets. Even the Palace of Alcazarzare was not perfect. Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities, and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time. We've spent long enough here. There's still one last place I want to go, but it's a little far. Would you be interested in a quick trip to the desert?
Yeah, sure, man. I've been there plenty of times.
Great. Most of my projects over the last few years have had something to do with the desert, partially because there's a special place there that I often visit. This is a rare opportunity, so why don't you come along and see? If you ever feel down, maybe you'll be able to go there and feel better too.
I don't think it's that easy for me, man. I've been stuck in a cycle of depression for at least 7 years.
Primal constructs could have... We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area.
Hey! Try not...
Everyone finds themselves in frustrating situations once in a while.
Yeah, whenever I do, I
Just
go
take
to my
me as
room.
an example. My family life got shaken up.
To be frank, I don't think Kaveh has learned what I have, and that thing is don't give a fuck.
Life is too boring when you live with no enthusiasm and passion. Only those who believe in the inherent meaning of it can capture the small nuances of everyday life and turn them into inspiration for beautiful designs.
I
Of
like drawing
course,
patterns.
I will concede that loving something also means taking it to heart. So to an extent, caring is also a source of pain.
Anything is a
love
source
my
of
work,
pain, my friend.
I wouldn't be so torn up about it all the time.
Anything
Still,
is pain.
isn't this place
Everything
beautiful?
is pain,
Despite
my
the
friend.
erosion from the winds and
Anything
changing
is
seasons,
pain.
you can still perceive its past
Sorry.
beauty and glory. With different landforms come different art. Me, what art is, that would be my answer. You think so? But I feel. Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or as a product of my own existential struggle. I still haven't found. Pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings. Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second, and sinking in a mire the next.
How the hell
I'll
did
try gathering my
did they
thoughts
make this
again
quest to
once
call
I've
me
found
out?
a
Who
way
else
to
has been called
define
out by
art
this
in the
quest?
first place. In any case,
You
thank
have
you so
depression,
much
my
for
dude.
listening to
You
everything
need
I had to
therapy.
say.
You need some therapy, man. Can't blame you though. Sorry. I really should probably get some. Oh my god, this thing is itching so bad. Hey.
What am I supposed to do now?
Zach!
Forget it. I'll just head back here. Oh, it's you. Good to finally see you again. I came into the city to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville. But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever. Kaveh, were you at the tavern?
I had a quick drink or two.
Yeah, you got
Still
absolutely.
smell the alcohol?
Drinking in broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some mindless fungus, huh? Are you traveler?
My tomato. I know Cyrus is the one who picked it.
This whole thing is about a damn tomato?
There, huh? Fine by me. If you're not going to come out, then I'm not going to leave. My tomato was growing so well, it had all the potential to become the best tomato this year, and you cut it straight from the vine.
I already told you I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take a tomato that's still weeks from ripening? You'd have to be awfully green as an investigator to think it was me. You see, the word green here can refer to both the color of the tomato.
Is this
and
where
the fact
Sino
that your
gets his
skills could
jokes?
use some.
I'm done.
Enough nonsense.
You're on
Just
your
come
own,
out
y'all.
and face me, you coward.
You're out of your mind. If I've actually done something wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Oh, why you? How long has it been?
Oh, hi,
Come on, get over here and let the professor take a good look at you. Not bad, not bad.
Professor, what's going on here?
It's no big deal, really. A few of us old scholars got bored in our retirement and decided to put together a vegetable growing competition. At the end, whoever loses will have to go up on stage and do a performance for the winners. Which brings us to our current predicament. My tomato was sure to win until a certain someone decided they couldn't bear to lose.
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out each other's dirty laundry now, then why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janat's garden the other night?
Lucky for you, seeing these youngsters come to pay their respects today has put me in a better mood. I'll let you
Okay,
off the
a random
hook.
question.
For now.
Are we ever gonna see Cyrus?
Come on, let's go. We'll take our conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
Stop trying to break down my door, Zahadi.
I'm not Saudi. I'm a tiny child.
They all say Zaha Hadid's class is the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad. On the other hand, though, structural mechanics is definitely a pain, no matter how you try to approach it. I met someone special. At first, I didn't think much of him. We decided to name our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another. The bad news came. And even though it's been several days now, I still can't bring myself. But I have to face reality.
Huh? Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother.
All right, I see we have Fox, a terrible joke teller, an sick person, and a dad. Yes.
My father. But who are the other people in the pic? From the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago. Maybe we were thinking too much. Oh!
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman. Including us, 3 couples showed up. There was also a person. The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly, so I couldn't quite catch it. My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation, so I resigned myself to I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these people. That man is certainly very handsome, but he would constantly alternate between disjointed and serious ways of talking. His wife is a bit more bearable. We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. The ambiance of this gathering is surprisingly maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future.
Who would have thought my mother used to attend that kind of thing? There's more written on the back.
Kaveh. I was both overjoyed. You are very talented. No one will be able to help you during your journey as an artist. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit.
So that's the answer she prepared for me. Well...
We'll see how long you can stay cooped up in there. Maybe I'll pay a little visit to Cyrus's vegetable garden. We'll see how long you can stay cooped up in there.
That honestly scared me. I wasn't even gonna lie.
Everyone hold hands!
We need to put our heads together about Kale's studies.
It's a couple.
Once dinner's over, I'll tell them the joke I came up with yesterday.
Oh God! Please no!
No! God! No! God, please, no! No!
It is a couple. They're legal to separate. I love them so much.
You still haven't told me, what's the occasion for...
We're celebrating the end of the first phase of Kale's studies. I wanted to thank you all for the help you've given her along the way.
Different video.
I knew this wouldn't be just a simple free dinner. Is that why you also invited Al-Haytham?
I don't see anything wrong with it, man. You're literally helping your friends with their adoptive child.
Yes, I thought it would be good if we could all put our heads together about this. Anyway, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. What did you guys do when you ran into a problem that you didn't know how to solve? Or got assigned a project that you knew you weren't gonna
To me.
I'd just pull another all-nighter.
What I did? Ignore it.
You two are hopeless. Does anyone have a more useful answer to the question?
It's very simple. Instead of focusing on the amount of material you would like to teach, focus on the amount the student would be able to...
Showed up. I could probably count the number of times you've actually come to gatherings like this on just one hand.
And I can count the number of times Sayu has talked in a server on one hand too, my friend. That is not a joke, by the way. He never talks. He just sits there, menacingly.
As long as you're still aware. So, what made the difference this time? Are you looking to drink your sorrows away with some friends?
He's clearly trying to help his friends with their adoptive child. Duh. Get it right, you fool.
Just to get one thing clear. Even if Kale manages to make her way to the academia, we cannot let her enroll in her avatat. Kasharawar is obviously the best choice for her. She's been a trainee forest ranger for so long, she'll definitely be good with her hands.
What are you saying? Spontamad is the better choice. It's where I graduated from, after all.
It's like a family gathering, debating debating what
Amorta?
college their
That's the
oldest
Darshan her
grandchild.
Might as well select all of them on her enrollment application.
I'm trying to have a serious discussion here. Traveler, you aren't associated with any of the 6 Darshans. In your opinion, which Darshan would...
Well said.
Agreed.
He just sits there,
And my goal in inviting
menacingly.
you here was to gather some thoughts on the execution of this second phase.
Phase 2 far exceeds Phase 1 in both curriculum complexity and the speed of instruction. I hope Kale has prepared herself for what is coming.
Deny that.
Is there another phase after Phase 2? What's the ultimate goal of all of this? Are we trying to prepare?
We don't need to think that far ahead. Hold that thought, though. I think my vegetables are done.
Sino, keep your mouth shut.
I'm telling you, that client had no idea what he was talking.
Besides, you'll be getting up in the middle of the night to make edits to your own design even when the client doesn't request it.
No. That's not true.
Cheer up, Kaveh. I'll tell you a new joke.
Why did that line make me think of a human called me a possum? I am not a possum.
No. That's not true.
Human called me a possum. I am not a possum.
Sino, keep your mouth shut.
We'll save that for the end, Sino. You can keep it to yourself until then.
Whatever. I'm not going to use my brain.
There and do like a part 2 later, probably next week. I remember. I'm gonna probably like make a post on my Discord server telling my admin remind me to make a part 2 to the kaveh hangout.
Your theory is just putting the cart before the horse.
I really hope you guys like enjoyed this video, but also I'm sick, so I'm not gonna push myself too hard. Not to mention, in the middle of this video, I got rid of a splinter and it's now currently itching and like really, really painful, so I'm just gonna probably deal with that. Also, good day. You are very much loved and appreciated. My Discord link will be in the description. Join, please. We're so dead, and honestly, we're pretty chill. Anyway, y'all have a good day. I don't really have much to say anymore, but yeah. Enjoy your life. And, yeah. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You can do this. Be brave, my friend. Be brave.